What's going on, everyone? Alex De Silva, happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well. You are going to hear a lot of child screaming and even some baby Jake in the background. That's because Ruby's here, and of course, so is Lucy in the background. Say hi. And I wanted to do a live. I haven't done a live video for a while, and I've got different streams. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Hello, everybody on Instagram. And I am also recording this for the podcast on YouTube and iTunes as well. I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I wanted to share something with you guys. Listen, we're all stuck at home and we are in a very, very unpredictable place right now. It's a really, really tough place to be in. And, you know, I've always been very, very optimistic and tried to remain that way, you know, over the last, week or so, a couple of weeks. And I was kind of sucker punched with the news, that we've had to close our office. So our private practice has had to stop. And, that's a huge percentage of our business. And I've been contracting with different clients over this period. And I've just got some recent news that unfortunately, because of what's been going on as well, that this contract has been pulled. So all of a sudden we've gone from, we're in a good place, income's coming in, we're still surviving, everything is going well. Starting the year as, wow, this is going to be an incredible year for us. And I think a lot of people probably have done exactly the same thing. Nobody started 2020 thinking, you know what, I'm either going to be unemployed, my business is going to go under, I'm going to be stuck at home, I'm going to be isolated, I'm going to be quarantined, I'm going to be ill. Some people never thought that they're going to be losing loved ones. So this has really, really impacted us on a huge global scale. And as I said, I got the news a couple of days ago, that this contract where I've been providing, a service through our business, they've had to pull the plug, exactly the same reason. And it really hit me the other day that, wow, this is real. This is very, very real. And hello, everyone that's joining on Instagram, Facebook. It's tough. It's really, really tough because all of a sudden, the first thing that hit me was you failed. You failed. You're supposed to be the provider. You have this dream of this business and you've failed. And that was a hard pill to swallow for me. It was a very, very hard pill to swallow because I didn't know what to do for a while. Lucy noticed straight away that there was something, not quite right. And I sat with it for a little while because I tried to not buy into the negativity or try to kind of buy into those emotions. I tried to just sit with it and just experience. Because sometimes they come, sometimes they go very quickly. So I've learned now and through practice not to sort of buy into these things too much. But then as the day kind of went on, we had some training to do and I just wasn't feeling it. I just, I knew I could have pushed myself so much harder. We're trying to do like a little in-house competition, as in being an in-house competition with our CrossFit box and it's awesome. I absolutely love it. And I love being with people as well that, that we were seeing pretty much every day. And, I just didn't feel it. Just wasn't feeling it. And I stopped a lot of the workout, quite soon. And this is stuff that generally I'm really strong at. And I realized, wow, this has really, really hit me. And the reason I wanted to share that with you guys is because we've got so much negativity out there. And I've been toying whether to do this or not. And I wasn't too sure whether to share this openly or not, because, I own a company that says happy as Larry Group. I wear this, as a badge of honor and pride, and I love what I do more than anything in the world. I love helping people. And the first thing, as soon as this virus kicked in, the first thing I wanted to do was to help somebody else, and I wanted to be of service, and I wanted to, to go out into the market and say, listen, we know how this is going to affect people. The coronavirus is the last thing we need to be worried about long term. The long-term effects of this is going to be the mental effects, the people's mental health, especially the people that are working in the NHS, and it's tough. It's really, really tough. So I kind of put it into perspective for me as well. yes, we got this bad news. All of a sudden, we went from having income to absolutely zero. Thankfully, you know, I've got plans in place. I don't just sit on my bum and just wait for things to happen. Lucy's exactly the same. So we put our hats on and said, right, what can we do? How can we make this work? What can we continue to do moving forward? And we have, you know, we're doing what we can. I'm making calls, reaching out to people, trying to put together as much as I possibly can to make things work. And why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because, look, it's not all bed of roses. There are going to be some incredibly tough times right now. You know, there is a lot of uncertainty. Nobody knows what's going to happen, especially us. You know, I sit here most of the time just thinking, this doesn't feel quite right to me. You know, like this whole situation doesn't sit well with me. You know, we're being quarantined and we're stuck in this, you know, in-house for our own safety, of course. But there are other things that then start to kind of trigger for me, which is, you know, it's a completely different conversation. And my frustration more than anything in the world is that I cannot go out there and help somebody else. So, you know, what I'm trying to do is to do this online, you know, so I made a promise to myself yesterday, as many of you do, and some of you may not. We are providing an online group session, which is therapeutic and coaching. Lucy set it up every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Go onto our Happy as Larry group Facebook page, and there are continuous events every single Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And if you just click go, we'll send you the Zoom link and you can join us. And we're there every single Tuesday. We're trying to create a little group and a community to help people to share their experiences, what's going on for them, the positives, the negatives, and to see whether we can help each other through this tough time, because it is really, it's a lonely time. And Lucy's in the background. Hopefully she's going to share the link on the sites for the group session. So Lucy can share that. She'll share it on the live link, so you guys will see the link come up. And I just wanted to talk to you guys. Listen, there are people live. How are you guys doing? What's going on for you at the moment? You know, this is not an easy time by any means. As you can tell, my house is is always fun, because, you know, Ruby has her little ways, and she keeps us very entertained. The important thing that I've realized with this is, you know, I put it on the title, how am I going to survive now? What's going to happen to me now? You know, that was the thing that ran through my head. I was like, oh my God, this whole situation, you know, we're done. We're going to go bankrupt. I'm going to lose my house. You know, everything is yeah, we're done. And that's always the worst case scenario. That's kind of the fight or flight system that kicks in my head and tells me that, okay, survival mode, what are we going to do? Thankfully, that lasted for less than a day. And I was able to put myself together and think about things clearly and logically, realistically. And I was able to be able to start kind of putting plans in place. And the first plan is let's get online and let's start helping people. Let's start sharing our own experiences, because the truth is we're all struggling. We're all going to struggle, you know, somewhere along the line. There are so many jobs that have been affected. I had a very brief look on the news, and apparently already just in America, there's, you know, I think it's already costing, you know, thousands and thousands of jobs and over 25 billion. So, you know, I'm sure for us here in the UK and globally, this is going to have a huge impact on every single one of us. So what do? Well, we have two choices. We either stay positive or we go negative. We either go fight or flight. And I've seen, you know, Facebook, and I've seen Instagram, and I stay well away from the news unless there is something breaking that I need to watch that is going to help me and my family. I stay away from that. I continue to try and educate myself positively, and whether I'm watching, you know, videos, whether I'm listening to Audible, whether we're having conversations, whether we're doing something productive, when it's training or whatever it may be. Pray, meditation, affirmations, gratitude. These are things that we practice every single day to make sure that we're staying in a positive and strong frame of mind. And I wanted to make sure that you know, our work kind of continues, and I wanted to make sure that you know, we all have a chance of kind of survival. So, you know, how do we get through this? I think it is that, positive or negative. Which one do we go for? For me, always positive. What can I do positively every day? I shared a post yesterday. Listen, morning everyone, have a great day. What are you going to do positive for yourself today? And every single person came through, and there were so many, really beautiful comments. Spending time with family, going out. I had, somebody who is a very dear friend. She lives in Italy at the moment, and her job, it literally filled my heart. She is making masks for the NHS, or the equivalent to the NHS over there, for the nurses and doctors, and that's what she's doing. She makes them every single day, and she said she'll continue to do it, until she doesn't have to anymore. And it almost made me feel really inadequate, because I just shared a post because I just wanted to make sure everyone was okay. But here's the thing: we are all doing our little bits. So what are you doing positively for yourself? That was my question yesterday. And today, what are we doing for other people? What are you doing for somebody else? What are you doing for a family? What are you doing for a friend? Have you picked up the phone and actually spoke to somebody in the family today? Have you spoken to your parents? Have you spoken to your grandparents or friends? Whoever it may be, people that are close to you. Because I know sometimes we can take that for granted. I know I can. It breaks my heart sometimes. I speak to my son on text. I speak to my daughter, and as much as we possibly can. But I've got to be honest with you, this has been something with me that it's pained me for years. Ever since my son was a little boy, I used to hate having to call or speak, not because I didn't want to. There is nothing more that I want to speak to my kids every single day, but the heartache for me just absolutely kills me. And so I always find it really, really difficult to kind of to reach out to them. But I've realized now more than ever, that we need to stay connected and to be with each other as much as possible. And and if they are watching now, or if they're going to be watching later, I love you guys more than anything in the world, and you guys know that, and I share it very openly. That's the kind of family we are, and my friends and my family, I love you guys as well. And and I say it in my personal prayers and reaching out into the world, always sharing positivity. So what are we going to do today? And just simply, one day at a time, what can you do for yourself positively? What can you do for yourself? What things can you put in place every single day? We talked about this yesterday, the importance of doing something for ourselves every single day, because our routine has been completely thrown. We've been completely thrown out of kilter here, and we don't know what's going to happen. We're trying to keep safe as best as possible. We're still trying to do, things the best that we can, but we're still stuck, together every single day. We don't know how long this is going to last, and we get to go out for an hour pretty much every day. We go downstairs and we do some training, take Ruby for a little bit of a walk as well, just to try and get out of just being stuck in this place, and try to always remain positive. But also, for me, the most important thing I feel at the moment, the only thing I can do for not just my safety, but for other people, is just to post. So I try to post positively all the time, try to give people tips, try to help the best that I can. And here are my practices every single day. I get up in the morning and we spend some time together. I give Ruby a little cuddle in the morning. We either share the monitor, so if I get up or Lucy gets up, we get that time together, and we spend that little bit of time in bed just chilling. Ruby loves to watch, little songs and music on the phone, and we just allow her to do that for a little bit because it gives us some time, all of us together as well. And we get up, have breakfast like everybody else, and separately we go off and do our meditations and prayer. I always do my affirmations. One of the things that I do every single morning when I wake up, I practice two things. One's a gratitude, one's an affirmation. I always say to myself, I love my life. And then I go straight into a gratitude and just say, thank you. Thank you for another day where I can just be here. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I'm able to be here and to be able to experience these things, to be able to share this with you live, to be able to talk to you and to give you some information. So that for me is a huge gratitude. So sharing gratitude. And then I go out about the day, do a video, send some posts. I'm still contracted, so I do some work. I've taken some time off to do this. But I always want to make sure that I'm doing something positive, something creative, something that allows me to get myself out of the negative head, you know, and that's so important. I realized how important it is more than ever to practice these positive principles every single day. It is so easy to get caught up in the media. It's so easy to get caught up in the news and to listen to what's going on at the moment and to get really caught up in it. And it's tough, man, because, you know, the news generally isn't healthy anyway. Now more than ever, it's worse. And I've seen the ripple effects that it's having in people's lives. And I say that because I see it on Facebook, I see it on other social media, and it's disturbing. It's hugely disturbing because people are starting to get very angry, people are starting to get very resentful, people are starting to get, you know, it's actually quite worrying from a mental health perspective. That's kind of my worry is, you know, the more you engage in stuff like that, the worse you're going to become. You know, the deeper and deeper you're going to go into that rabbit hole. And as I said, the choices we have are very simple. You either stay somewhere positive or you stay somewhere negative. And I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. Be very mindful how often you engage in those kind of behaviors, how often you're engaging in comments on social media as well, because any kind of, you know, any kind of engagement is obviously very, you know, it can have a huge effect on everybody. So look, I wanted to share some positivity. I wanted to give you guys a smile and just to see, you know, the chaos in my house watching baby Jake, but also just to say, look, I hope you're okay. Leave the comments. I'm going to hopefully see them later, and I'm going to do another video. I made a promise yesterday that I'm going to do a live video every single day. So I'm going to do a live video every single day. Some of them are going to be shorter. Some of them may be a little bit longer. But look, things to practice. Keep yourself safe. Listen to the guidelines. Make sure that you put yourself in a place where you're positive. What's your gift? What do you want to do? What do you like doing? What do you like engaging with? Put yourself in that place, you know, get yourself, now especially more than ever where we have time to do this stuff, do them. Start to do things. We were talking to a few people yesterday who love drawing, who love painting. Lucy started coloring in and doing some creative stuff. She started baking, which is really dangerous when you're stuck at home because her cakes are good. And but look, you know, we're always trying to do something fun. We've laughed so much. Laughter is such a healer. Love is such a healer. Engage in these really positive things with your family, with your friends. If you're on your own, reach out to us. I am always happy. I don't care whether I've spoken to you once, 3 times, or none. I will reach out to you and have a conversation with you. I would listen if if that's what you want us to do. I am more than happy to help as best as I can. And if there is any way that I can be of service, then do let me know, because I want to try and help as best as I can. And sometimes I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do enough. So I'm trying to do this the best I can just to be able to be of service. So engage in positivity, prayer, meditation, whether you believe, whether you're religious or not, more to ask the world for positivity, for healing, for positive energy. That's what I mean when sometimes I talk about prayer. I don't talk about it from a religious perspective, and to ask for other people to be safe, you know, for people who have got this virus to heal, so we can go back to a normal way of living quicker, you know, and we're all in a better place. Meditation helps to quiet the mind. It reinforces your body. It helps you to have more positive energy, and it's been proven to help you heal, to stay positive, move you away from anxiety, stress, depression. It lifts your moods, and to help you that further, practice daily gratitude, daily affirmations. Get out of your house or your apartment, your flat, and go for a walk for an hour. You know, be careful, although we've been guilty of this, eating some very cheeky food, chocolates, and we had a pizza last night, which was a bit cheeky, but we exercise every day. You know, we try to do something every single day to be active. We get out of that of our place, you know, to go and just enjoy some fresh air. Of course, we're, you know, as safe as we possibly can, sticking to these guidelines, but we keep doing the best that we can to survive. You know, for the time being, unfortunately, that's what this is, and this is how we survive. And from yesterday of going, how on earth am I going to survive now? Well, look, we're here. Today's a new day, and we're still the same. We're still here. We're still alive. And life will keep going as long as we keep going. As long as you keep going and you stay positive, nothing will stop us from reaching our goals. Nothing will stop us from, you know, from pushing forward with this, and nothing will stop us from you know, overcoming this current crisis. So look, guys, as always, thank you for watching, being part of the community. Leave your comments. If you're going to watch the video, and I suggest you do, watch all the way through. Leave your comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about tomorrow, because I'm going to be doing this every single day. So have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be great, be fantastic, be absolutely phenomenal. And I will speak to you again very soon. Say bye, Ruby.
Bye.
Say see you later, everyone. She's too busy watching Baby Jake.